bleeding. Yeah. Streets is bleeding. From all these war crimes. Ain't no dreams, just what it takes to survive.
Attention. The country is now under attack by foreign forces. Military installations and major cities are primary targets. Seek immediate shelter and avoid traveling unless absolutely necessary.
Corner store red and blue light flashing. Thugs in the alley, yeah, dreams they crashing. Politicians in suit, pocket they rackets. Profit off the pain, turn your block into a casket. Younger with a strap, no hope, just rage. Put you in the system, get you stuck in the cage. Taxing your soul, leave you stuck in the hood while we slinging this truth, and you know it's all good. CIA dope, so they flooding the streets. Lock you in chains, leave you dead in the heat. War crime, yeah, they call it control. See, I came from the gutter, so I know what they stole. Got the plug on the line, but the feds tapping phones. Drones overhead, feeling like a war zone. Mayor talking peace, but the tanks roll deep. Say he went to prison, but he came out in a sheet. Hustle all day, gotta eat, no choice. Screaming war crimes inside the Rolls Royce. Bombing our enemies, calling it policy. Keep the trap booming, yeah, that's a prophecy. Midnight rage while I'm kicking down the door. Jackboy blues while I'm running up the score. Stacking up this paper while you out here saying broke. Funding all these wars while I'm laughing at these jokes.
War crime, blood on the pavement, trapped like dodging enslavement. Yeah. War crime, blood on the pavement, trapped like dodging enslavement. Yeah. War crime, blood on the pavement, trapped like dodging enslavement. Yeah. War crime, blood on the pavement, trapped like dodging enslavement.
Dice roll fade, yeah, spinning on the block. Gun pops, watching the suit and the Glock. Legislate the blade, cut the port to the bone. Build an empire while I'm in my zone. Hustle in my veins, dodging sets that they trap. From the corner to the capital, we cashing that debt. War crimes, yeah, see the blood on the flag. While the preacher selling hope, I'm just getting to the bag. Whipping work overseas, but the feds wanna snitch. Global game dirty, yeah, they chasing all the rich. War crimes painted on the walls of the trap. Spit the truth in the booth, another X on the map. Street life figures out here moving with the pack. Fed circles like vultures slipping in the trap. White House going, but it's built on the scars. Dealing war crimes while singing to the stars. Casting my votes in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Bullet is a ballot, yeah, writing our page. War crimes stacking from the hood to the lost. Out in these streets, they calling me a god. Young and all the heat, but the coals in the eyes. Politicians out here selling all these lies. Trapping to the top, rewriting all the scripts. Money in the power, yeah, it's time to get rich.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Trapped like dodging enslavement. Yeah. War crime, blood on the pavement, trapped like dodging enslavement.
Welcome to the show. Hope you all had a great
weekend.
Yeah.
War crime, blood on the pavement, trapped like dodging enslavement.
But now it is time to get things started and kick the week off, all right? So you know what this means. Let's get it going. Hey.
I feel like I'm stuck in
Let's go.
It's like I'm stuck in time. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks.
I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class.
It's deja vu. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, CC. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. The tanks, I don't know about those tanks full of gas. You know what happened. Look at my grass.
This is how I'm supposed to
You're rich and famous. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Happy Monday, March 9th. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Let's go. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they use my ex,
Welcome, Bounty.
they don't put me pops if they text me. I said it
See
with
what's
my
going
chest
on.
'cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the
Good morning. Okay, here it goes. You saw me yesterday.
Spaceship.
Uh-huh.
What, I haven't gone into Zeus's
That's a lie.
couple of days. That
Drug test.
shit was
Wow.
radical.
Keep it clean.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh, I have.
It's like deja
They
vu.
always say that. Have you seen the
It's
country?
like deja vu.
Have you seen what's happening in the world right
It's
now?
like deja vu.
Oh.
It's like deja vu.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and we're gathered once again to do the real work that it takes to save this great country of ours from the evil clutches of you know who, Donald Trump and his legion of supporters who are hell bent on destroying this country, this world, this universe, right? And we do it one show at a time. So before we get into that, let's take care of some very, very important housekeeping items. For those of you tuning in for the very first time, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. Undeniable. I'm undefeated in so many different ways. But the first H is because I am honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. So that's the first H. The second H is because I am humble. There's nobody more humble than me. If I get it wrong, I have no problem issuing an apology because actually I've learned over the years apologizing when you're wrong is actually a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness, right? And especially us men, we need to learn how to start doing that a lot more because we're really at a point right now in America where it's obvious we're going in the wrong direction. And instead of getting out and going inside of the gas station and saying, "Hey, do you know how to get to this place?" You're going to continue to drive this entire country right off of a cliff, right? So there's a lot of problems we got to fix in this country. So that's the second H, because you got to be humble. And then there's the last H, ladies and gentlemen, and this is only for me. It doesn't apply to anyone else, especially you men. It is truly because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Many of you know my brand, you know my style. I deliver the truth in a way where I'm very unapologetic. I have no problem talking to MAGA because nothing they say bothers me anymore. I am immune to any of their insults because I understand MAGA is the worst of the worst, and they are truly the scum of the earth. These people have no morals. They're morally bankrupt. They're terrible people. They're broken. Something happened to them along the way, and their hero became Donald Trump, right? So I understand that they're like the modern day scribes and the Pharisees, so to speak, right? And so what I do is I deliver harsh realities to Donald Trump and his supporters, and I've been doing it for a long time, right? I've been doing it for a long time. And for a while, it looked like Big Zeus was not telling the truth. You know what they say? Oh, Zeus, you spread hate and you spread propaganda. But hasn't MAGA been... MAGA has been very, very quiet lately. I'm talking quiet as a church mouse, especially on this show. Now they want us to educate them. No, I'm not going to educate you. No. What I do is I send you where you belong, which is straight to hell, right? And so that leads me to the last part of the opening, I should say. Are there any Trump supporters out there right now? Anyone out there still worshiping Donald Trump? Because I have a bone to pick with you. It really bothers me. I went on to X and I'm all over X. Every time I get a new update, I'm asking, when are you Trump supporters going to put your lace up your boots and get over there to Iran? I don't want to hear how this is some sort of 5D, 20D chess. Just get on over there. You got Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War Crimes, running the Secretary of War, right? The Department of War. No excuses. But no, they're over here making trades now. I'm instead of investing in the stock market, I'm going to be doing commodities now. Oh yeah, so they're profiting off of conflict. They're profiting off of war, and they're not getting over there and fighting for their dear leader, for their daddy. So I have zero respect for the MAGA species, so to speak. And so with that being said, I'm just going to give you Trump supporters a huge. I'm going to give you a bit of a warning. You might want to leave this show this morning, because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable in here. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay, too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. And I take no responsibility for anybody's feelings that are going to get hurt this morning. We're going to try to get through as many talking points or as many items that I want to get through. I probably won't get through them all because it's been a crazy busy weekend. But we're going to get through the things that I feel need to be at least brought front and center. So the first thing I want to do is I think we should set the mood with today's show by kicking it off with some nice words from our good friend James Carville. All right, ladies.
Look, you fat fuck Trump, if you listen to this, you listen good, because what I'm getting ready to say is what a lot of people in this country speak for, who I speak for. And I speak for a lot of fucking people. You hear me, you fat asshole? This is what we believe. You're right. I got Trump derangement syndrome. I hate the motherfucker.
I do too. I am a Trump hater, they say.
And you know what? I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to get better.
Nope.
I want to get worse. I want to hate him more. I pray to God in heaven, God reign the righteous reign of Trump derangement syndrome on me. Pray for me, Lord. Please. I'm your vessel on this earth. Pray for the people that listen to this. We want more. We want to hate the son of a bitch so much that we can't see straight. Look, you fat fuck.
W. Dream Star. Thank you. I could, and normally I don't allow profanity on my show like that. Normally I don't. But what else can you say when you have a president that's not even being presidential and has totally sold the United States of America out? W. Kabira. Thank you, Kabira. Thank you. But what else can you say when you have a president that is outperforming former President Joe Biden in every single category that they cried and complained about? Because we all know Joe Biden wasn't a bad president at all, right, W. Rick? We all know Joe Biden wasn't a bad president, but every single thing you Trump supporters cried about, Donald Trump has proven to you he's a lot worse than anything Joe Biden did. And yet you will sit here, and I'll play it in just a sec. You'll sit here and try to convince the rest of the world that, oh no, it's necessary for Donald Trump to do it because he's playing not just 5D chess, 20D chess. This is all some sort of grand plan to make America great again. Meanwhile, you're going broke and the country's literally falling apart. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire because this is the first dose of it. This is for all of you liars out there that worship Donald Trump and not Jesus Christ. All right. And right now you're just getting raked over the coals. He robbed you with the terrorists. The Supreme Court said you can't do that, but you already lost the thousands. So Donald Trump said, you know what? How can I get some more money out of them? And then he decided, well, let's go ahead and distract them from the Epstein files by invading and attacking Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these liars and demons straight to hell. I get
silence, you MAGA. Damon.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. So, Donald Trump and Secretary of War Crimes, Pete Kegsbreath, they can't get their story straight about attacking the school full of children, girls. And here we go again. Donald Trump always has his hands on someone underage. It's incredible that he could do all these things to children. And MAGA will still sit here and say, we had to vote for the Antichrist. This is MAGA's logic. We voted for the devil so that Jesus could return. Give me a break. So we got evidence now, and this is proof that he's a demon. So Donald Trump, Secretary of War Crimes, they decided to drop the boom booms. My apologies, TikTok, but they dropped the boom booms on the school in Iran on the little girls. And MAGA, I just got a question for you. How do you think this is acceptable?
Morning, Mary. The U.S. has taken out much of Iran's missile launchers, but this morning there are accusations that the U.S. may have struck that school as well.
The U.S.
This morning, growing questions following the strike on a girls' elementary.
The Mike Show. Listen, I read your comment, and I'm in the middle of doing the presentation. Could you do me a favor? Send a guest request and bring evidence that this has been debunked. If not, I will ask my mods to please mute you because I don't need you in here spreading hate, spreading lies, and then being terrified to get up here and be judged by the rest of us who know what's really going on. One thing we all know on this show, let me ask the question. Do we trust the Trump administration, ladies and gentlemen? Yes or no? Let's just get this out of the way. Do we trust the Trump administration, ladies and gentlemen, on this show? Do we trust the Trump administration? H, no. All right, so W to the chat. So if you're going to be in my comment section spewing any kind of lies and you're not brave enough to get in the box, you deserve to be muted. Let's listen to this.
elementary school in southern Iran that Iran's Red Crescent says left more than 160 dead, most of them children.
Wow.
Sources now telling ABC that it is possible the U.S. hit the school by mistake. Experts telling us more than 10 years ago, the school was part of a larger Iranian Revolutionary Guard military complex. But a new analysis by ABC News suggests the Iranian girls' school had been separated from the military compound long ago. Google Earth images from 2013.
You know what this reminds me of? Remember when Donald Trump was campaigning? Remember when he was campaigning? Let me see if I can play this. This is what he said.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
You hear this?
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
But he goes around and pals around with Jeffrey Epstein. Drops these boom booms on these schools. We all see what this is, ladies and gentlemen. It's more evidence that these Trump supporters, they're a bunch of liars. You're all a bunch of hypocrites. How do you live with yourselves? To the conservative women out there, am I making this up, or do you see it for yourselves? Maybe they got you in what they call a social contract. You know, a lot of conservative women, the reason they vote conservative is because they have a social contract with their significant other, because their significant other is supposed to protect them from the bad people. You know, us Democrats, us people of color, us black folk, right? But ask yourselves, do you really feel safe? Has Donald Trump proven anything? Has Donald Trump demonstrated that he has the ability to protect America? And the answer is no, because one of their biggest assets is no longer on the face of the earth. Who am I talking about? Charlie Kirk. Without Charlie Kirk, without Elon, but mainly Charlie Kirk, I believe, because he was actually doing things, going after the younger minds. Donald Trump wouldn't have won. He wouldn't have been able to pull the wool over a lot of people's eyes without Charlie Kirk. And Donald Trump couldn't even protect Charlie Kirk. So if a Trump supporter tells you, yes, they feel safe, they are nothing but a stone cold, stone-faced liar and worthy of, you guessed it, hell. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, join me in warming up the lake of fire. I don't care if you don't like me. I really don't. Join me in sending these liars and these hypocrites that are worshiping Donald Trump, not Jesus. Join me in sending them straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Oh yeah, this came across my timeline, and I figured I needed to share this with the kingdom. It's time to say the quiet part out loud. Oh, you know what? I should show it on. Share this with you. Okay, I'll share it with you. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to say the quiet part out loud. Check this out. Shh. Keep quiet, MAGA. Keep quiet. Breathe and calm your thoughts and listen to this, because this is going to blow your socks off. It's time to say the quiet part out loud. President Xi is a more stable, reliable leader in the world today than Donald Trump. I never thought I'd think this way, but I agree. Now, before the China haters come back with the classic rhetoric, how much does China pay you to post this? Just honestly answer these questions. Which leader has been the biggest source of global instability over the past 12 months? Can anyone answer the question? Let's let the audience help give them the answers, because this is an open book test. Which leader has been the biggest source of global instability over the past 12 months? Xi or Trump? Donald Trump, W to the chat. Which leader has launched a global trade war only to have tariffs been ruled unconstitutional by his own government? Who? Donald Trump. Good job. Which leader dropped boom booms on a sovereign nation, kidnapped their leader with the sole purpose of stealing that nation's oil? President Xi or Donald Trump? Donald Trump. Look at the chat. The chat's on fire. Which leader promised his supporters to never start a new war in the Middle East, only to lie and march the world closer to World War III? Donald Trump. Oh my gosh, I haven't even said President Xi yet. Wow. Which leader dropped boom booms on on a school unaliving 165 innocent children, only to lie about it and cover up his mistake. Which one did that? Donald Trump. There you go. W to the chat. Which leader has destroyed his nation's standing in the world more in the past 12 months than any other leader before him? Donald Trump again. Wow, you are all on fire. Facts matter. Facts matter, and the only logical conclusion is the United States' reputation has never been more compromised and destroyed by a single person in history other than, you've guessed it, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump. And so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we must do. Join me in warming up the lake of fire because the evidence is out there. Hey, MAGA. Do you still really feel like you're winning with all of this going on? And I haven't even finished doing everything that I was going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons once again where they belong, rightfully so, straight to hell. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA.
Hey, maybe you didn't hear me. For those of you who are crying in my chat, because I'm talking about your daddy, maybe you didn't hear my message at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. There you go. Now let's play the next part of the show. Someone sent this to me called This Aged Well. And I guess this is, anyone recognize this individual right here, this demon right here, J.D. Vance? I guess he said something about Vice President Kamala Harris, and they say it's aging well. Let's see.
But when people like Kamala Harris send our sons and daughters, our young people, to fight in stupid wars, it is the young generation that carries the burden of that. We're going to stop sending our young people to faraway lands. We are not the policemen of the world. We need to use our young people here at home.
Oh, wow. Let me hear that again. I mean, it's amazing how MAGA makes these statements and then it turns around and bites them in the you-know-what, right? It really does.
But when people like Kamala Harris send our sons and daughters, our young people, to fight in stupid wars, it is the young generation that carries the burden of that. We're going to stop sending our young people to faraway lands. We are not the policemen of the world. We need to use our young people here at home.
Meanwhile, how many American soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, have lost their lives? How many American soldiers so far that they've reported? How many have lost their lives under Donald Trump? With this fascist regime, right? It's amazing. It's their projection. You know what they say? Every MAGA accusation is what, ladies and gentlemen? Every MAGA accusation is what? A MAGA confession. And so what we got is J.D. Vance, once again, confessing that him and his basic...
honest guidance to those...
Hold on.
Guidance to those young men. And I think their concerns are very legitimate.
Jesus Christ.
But if you're worried about the world spinning out of control, if you're worried about a military draft, if you're worried about, God forbid, a world war, the best way to prevent it is to vote for Donald Trump. And I really...
Wow, hold on. Oh my God, I don't believe I heard this before. Hold on, who sent me this? Hold on, let's get that up on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear J.D. Vance say this, ladies and gentlemen? You can't make this stuff up. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Bear with me. Okay, here you go. Well, there you go. Well, sometimes these links don't work. Oh my gosh. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You heard it. Let's not belabor the issue. Sometimes the sites shut down and then they give me a little technical difficulties, but I believe you all get what I'm talking about. It's just amazing to me, ladies and gentlemen, that J.D. Vance prophesied everything that Donald Trump would do, and he blamed it on Vice President Kamala Harris, right? And so to me, that's the ultimate disrespect. It's like how many more things does the Trump administration need to be able to get away with and MAGA turns around and they just lick it up and they say, you know what? We've never had slop taste this great, right? And it only tastes great. Why? Because Donald Trump is doing it, right? But if Kamala Harris was to do it, like Nick Fuentes said, you wouldn't buy it. So why are you buying it from Donald Trump? Oh, I know why. It's because you don't know any better and you're in a cult. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, join me once again in warming up the lake of fire. Even with the technical difficulties, I can still get you. This is for J.D. Vance trying to blame Vice President Kamala Harris, a sister, a black woman. You know, MAGA loves to blame black women. Every single time we catch them, right? We caught, what's her name, Kristi Noem, with Corey Lewandowski before she got cooked and booked, right? Before she got fired. And then what did they say? What about Letitia James? And what about Fonnie Willis? Get your minds out of the gutter. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. The technical difficulties. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this.
Silence.
Yeah.
You MAGA.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. That's a huge W, Zeus. All right, so let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what do we want to talk about? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. We did that one already. Let's see. What do we have right here? Oh, I know what I want to talk about right here. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, we already did that. All right, so the next thing is the talking points, right? So what we do know is oil prices have began to surge, right? We know this.
Surge now above $100 a barrel for the first time since Russia invaded Ukraine. Now, that oil gets refined into gasoline, and consumers feel this very quickly. Take a look at this in real terms. A week ago, you were paying $2.99 a gallon nationwide for a gallon of regular. This morning, that number has jumped to $3.48. Now, we are still below the record gasoline high set in 2022 of $5 a gallon, but analysts expect to see prices climb this week above $4 a gallon in at least 20 states. And the central issue here is Iran blocking the Strait of Hormuz. This is a vital passage where 20% of the world's oil flows through. 20%. Keep in mind, the United States is the world's largest energy producer. We get very limited oil from the Middle East. So we do have the supplies, but our price is set by the global market. And when you see those prices surge, you feel it right at the pump. The longer this continues, the larger an upset this creates, and it ripples through the economy. Like in airlines, United CEO said you could see that increase in jet fuel prices hit consumers quickly as far as ticket prices go, Michael.
But Rebecca, where could we see some of the biggest price increases, because it's more than just the gas?
Right. So you could very likely see the biggest increases in places like Texas, the West Coast, and the East Coast. And the reason is that those are the markets that can more readily export their products to the world market. Where there's landlocked areas in the middle of the country, in the Rockies, it's much harder to export that product. So those prices, while they will go up more slowly. And the best thing to do is fill your tank this morning before you head to work, because prices are set to climb by this afternoon.
Wow. Wow. So look at that, MAGA. Look at that. Fill your tanks up this morning, because guess what? They're not going to go down. They're about to go up. And I know that some of the prices have began to come down a little bit, but make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, that's Donald Trump in full-blown panic mode, because you guess what they're talking about doing? Not just the United States, but several other countries. Oh, we're going to tap into our strategic reserves. He just said that to get the prices to stop going up, but they're eventually going to go back up, because you see what's going on. Oh, gifting has been suspended for 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. Wow. I guess that's better than being flagged, right? Fair enough. All right. Let's see. All right, but let's get back to the gas prices, ladies and gentlemen. And so, MAGA, here's the thing, right? Here's the reason why this is really what made me upset over the weekend, on top of everything else. It was this bit right here. Somebody did a great job putting this together. I don't know who it was.
Boy, nobody wanted to hear that. But
yeah, but somebody did a great job putting this together. And this, ladies and gentlemen, sums it all up. It's pointless. It really is pointless arguing with Trump supporters right now about gas, because whether it's TikTok, whether it's out there in the real world, they'll all say something like this.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain. Short-term pay for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain, yes, but we've got some long-term gain. Short-term spike for a long-term gain.
Some short-term pain for American consumers. We may have to deal with that in the short term.
Short-term and temporary.
Temporary, short-term pain.
It's going to suck in the short term.
Some short-term pain.
Short-term pain. We have to focus on the short term.
Short-term.
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 Short-term and long-term.
Short-term blip.
Hopefully this is a short-term pain. Short-term is highly outweighed of the long-term benefits.
Some short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That right there, ladies and gentlemen. You know that what it fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, you can't fool me again. That's what this is. Oh my gosh. And it's amazing. Every Trump supporter that I've spoken with, they've all been saying this. Oh, it hasn't gotten as high as it got under Biden. And sometimes you got to just make a sacrifice up front so that you can, benefit in the long run. Because eventually, Zeus, those gas prices, they're going to be cheaper than they were before this all got started. And I said, wow. And the tooth fairy comes into your bedroom at night, and picks up the tooth and leaves $1,000, every time you lose a tooth. You believe in that, right? You believe Santa Claus comes down the chimney and eats milk and drinks eats the cookies and drinks the milk, right? It's amazing, MAGA, how gullible you are and how sick you all are. Because here's the thing. Once you take my money, I know I'm not getting it back, right? You're trying to convince us that eventually all the money you're shelling out, you're going to get it back on the back end. And it doesn't work like that. All right. But that's MAGA logic for you, ladies and gentlemen, when all else fails. All right. So what we're going to do is this, MAGA. Once again, I'm going to warm up the lake of fire. And it's so easy. It's so easy to expose these liars and these hypocrites because look at that. They tell on themselves every time. And we got them in 4K. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them straight to hell again. Any Charlie Kirk fans out there? Anyone out there? Any Charlie Kirk fans out there? Hey, DJ. I don't know if DJ is here, but are there any Charlie Kirk fans out there right now? Because something is trending right now that Charlie Kirk said. And I do feel like we do need to bring it up on this show. Any Charlie Kirk fans out there? Because I want to make sure MAGA understands they are in serious trouble. They are in the most trouble they have ever been in their life. And they're in trouble because of what they've chosen to do. So this is a post Charlie Kirk posted, and it's trending again, right? He posted this on April 3rd, 2025. 10.6 million views. It might have more. But I am going to read these words to MAGA of what Charlie Kirk said, and we're going to get it on the record. And this is why I say, you can't tell me you feel safer as a person that supports Trump when this guy is no longer on the face of the earth because Kash Patel and all of them couldn't protect him. This is what Charlie Kirk says. He says it's going unnoticed because so much other news is happening, but the war drums are beating again in DC. The warmongers worry this is their last chance to get the white whale they've been chasing for 30 years, an all-out regime change war against Iran. Wow. This is what I'm starting to believe in, because I might start believing the conspiracies now. Maybe this is why the deep state went after Charlie for educational purposes only. This is what he says. A new Middle East war would be a catastrophic mistake. Our military stockpiles are depleted from 3 years of backing Ukraine. Our effort to reshore manufacturing has only just begun and will take years to bear fruit. War would worsen our already immense deficit and national debt. Iran is larger than Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan combined. A war would not be easy and could easily become a calamity. Thanks to President Trump's restraint during his first term, America has a golden opportunity to pull away from Middle East quagmires for good. We shouldn't throw that opportunity away so that some DC has-beens can feel tough by sending young Americans to lose their lives yet again. So this MAGA right here is one of your own. What say ye? Now you see, maybe he was a threat to the establishment, MAGA. But remember when he lost his life, you all cried and blamed Big Zeus. Remember I had that demon come into my show? What was his name? Lion Lou. Has anyone heard from Lion Lou lately? Or any of these others who are running around here? I am Charlie Kirk. You're not Charlie Kirk, because Charlie Kirk just showed you what he was. He was against this, and you're for it. So you're not Charlie Kirk. And you did all those things to get people to come to your platforms and try to support you, but it all's backfiring now. You even went as far as to blame the Democrats. I remember this. And once again, that's why I wait these folks out. I could just wait them out, and eventually every single one of their lies gets exposed. And this is why I do what I do on this show, ladies and gentlemen, and I do it with great pleasure. It's an honor that I have the opportunity to do something like this every single time. What am I going to do? I'm going to remind MAGA that they're not going to heaven. Okay, whatever God you thought you were serving, you ain't getting in. And what I'll do is give you a nice little friendly reminder as to why. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. It's not me you're fighting. It's yourselves. All right? Because Charlie Kirk told you don't do it, and you went and did it. All right? And you only can blame yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them straight to hell.
Silence.
Yeah.
You MAGA demon.
Yeah, W Zeus. This is something else that I wanted to bring up, ladies and gentlemen. You can go read this on the Kiev Post. Remember how MAGA was saying we don't need to support Ukraine and all this other stuff? Remember how they were doing that? It turns out that Zelensky or Donald Trump got on his knees. Listen to him and Secretary of War Crimes, Pete Kegsbury. This is what I'm hearing. Got on their knees and begged President Zelensky, please help us with these drones that Iran is sending at our military bases. We cannot afford spending $4 to $5 million on these boom booms every time they send a $20,000 drone. We can't afford to keep doing that. Could you please help us, Zelensky? And I said, wow. So Donald Trump is now begging Zelensky to help him defend the United States and its allies from Iran, because Zelensky, through having to defend himself from Russia, developed some technology, some anti-drone technology that's actually cheaper than the Shahed drones that Iran has been using. So now Donald Trump has to go crawling back to Ukraine. And read this post. Ukraine has received 11 requests from Iran's neighbors, European countries, and the United States for protection against Iran's Shahed drones. And that's straight from the horse's mouth. Zelensky. Where are the Trump supporters? See, this is why I get upset. Why aren't you all enlisting in the military or whatever special force you can find and get on over there and defend what Donald Trump is doing? Don't sit here and tell me how much money you're making. I don't care. Money means absolutely nothing. And why are you sitting here allowing Donald Trump to beg like a dog to Zelensky? Don't you understand how silly this looks? Remember, he had him in the Oval Office. You don't have the cards. You don't have the cards. Turns out it's Donald Trump that doesn't have the cards. And Zelensky has all of them. Isn't that something? My, oh my, how the tables keep turning. And this is why I don't listen to you Trump supporters, because you don't know anything. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. MAGA, do you see what's going on right now? You are the worst of the worst, truly the scum of the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons where they belong, straight to hell.
Yeah. Silence, you MAGA demon.
W Zeus. That's a huge W, Zeus. Yeah. Does anyone feel like we've just been wasting a bunch of money since Donald Trump got into office and we are getting worse and worse as a country? I don't know. That's just how I honestly feel things are going here in the United States. I honestly struggle, and Trump supporters do too. I say, just tell me one thing the man has done. Just tell me one thing Donald Trump has done that has helped all Americans. Can any of you out there? Is there one person on the face of the earth, honestly? I don't even think Donald Trump could actually say there's one thing he's done. What's one thing he's done? I didn't think so. That's a W, Zeus. And I really do. I'm watching these right-wing creators literally dig a ditch for themselves. It's the most amazing thing I've seen. Especially, you go into their lives and they're just bashing Democrats. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, do you realize you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into this situation? Eventually, you're going to get too deep in there. No one's going to be able to pull you out, right? But if you like it, I love it. Let's move on to some updates. So there's a new leader. There's a new leader in Iran. Have you heard about this? There's a new leader. Iran has a new leader, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Here we go.
Now bringing News Nation White House correspondent Kelly Meyer. Kelly, the other huge headline from this weekend is the fact that Iran just chose the late Ayatollah's son as its new supreme leader. How's the president reacting to that, and how does that change?
So he chose the Ayatollah's son, not Donald Trump, because Donald Trump said, I gotta be involved in the selection of the next one. But they're like, yeah, whatever. You're not running a thing but your mouth and maybe your social media account. So we got the guy's son involved now.
United States approach to the war.
Yeah, good morning, Marky. So President Trump has warned that Iran's next leader won't last long without his approval. He previously called Mojtaba Khamenei an unacceptable choice to lead the country, and Israel also saying he will be a target. Mojtaba Khamenei is the eldest son of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who was killed at the start of this war. He reportedly was a major advisor to his father and is a hardline cleric with strong connections to the IRGC. Mojtaba Khamenei's wife and son also reportedly died in the strike that killed his father. And President Trump also says that there are a number of people who would qualify as Iran's next leader, and he would even be willing to consider someone with ties to the old regime if...
I've heard enough, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard enough. So you unalive the man's father and his wife and family members, friends and stuff like that. And now he's coming back. What is he coming back for, milk and cookies, or is he coming back for revenge, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, this is another example of just total incompetence. And what I'll say is this, ladies and gentlemen. This is another example of total incompetence coming from the Trump administration. The U.S. spent 20 years and trillions of dollars replacing the Taliban with the Taliban. Remember? They did this. This is one of the greatest magic tricks of the United States. And then Trump replaces the Ayatollah Khamenei with Ayatollah Khamenei in just 9 days after wasting billions and billions of dollars. Think about that. That has to be the most insane magic trick of our lifetime. We're back where we started. Actually, we're deeper in the hole. We're deeper in a mess. And this is why I say, any of you out there, any of you Trump supporters out there still acting like this is a big W, you hate yourself. And like your daddy says, you hate yourself and you hate your country.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Which one is it? Which one is it, MAGA? We got the same guy in there, actually a younger version that's actually more radical and got way more of an axe to grind now because you took out his family and his wife. That's the most dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing or person on the planet is one that has been robbed of things they love, especially their family. And this is who is now, oh my gosh. And then you look at what's going on in Dubai. all these influencers are fleeing. All the GCC countries, these people are leaving. They're saying the United States can't protect us. Donald Trump is begging for tankers to go through the Strait of Hormuz, but they won't go through because there's no insurance companies that's going to insure those things. Because guess what? Their goose is cooked. And guess what? If they want them to go through, I would say, you know what? Maybe they would if MAGA would lace up their boots. If MAGA would lace up their boots and get their behinds over to Iran, maybe we could actually start getting some things to start flowing through the strait. But you're too chicken. You would rather sit here and cry about Joe Biden and the Democrats and Kamala Harris. Weak. You would rather give up all you have for this one deranged individual and something that's, and then I'm going to send him straight to hell. You would rather give up everything you have for this one deranged individual who, ladies and gentlemen, now this may or may not be true, but over the weekend, he attended a dignified transfer. Did you see this? And he wore that silly, stupid hat. And did MAGA say anything? They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything when he wore that stupid hat. If Joe Biden looks at his watch, you're on him like white or rice. But this man could get in there and disrespect our men and women in uniform who are losing their lives for something they had nothing to do with. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what it is, but if you look at the crotch area, it's a little darker than the rest. And they're saying this might be really why Fox News didn't play it. They said initially it was because of the hat. But if you look near the crotch area, we see something that's very concerning. Somebody looks like they might not be able to control their bowels, which is why I've always said he has 2 catheters, one for number 1 and one for number 2. And just look at the way those shoes look. Those shoes look like they've... He can't even barely get his feet inside of these clown shoes, ladies and gentlemen. But this is who MAGA throws everything they got away for. His shoes look like they're about to roll off and pop off his feet. But you see this wet spot? You see the wet spot? Oh, no, Zeus, it's not wet. It's just dark the way the light hits. You guys make up any excuse for this man. Any excuse. With that white hat on. Just totally disrespectful. This is why I have no respect for a lot of these Trump supporters, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what they got. We are the laughing stock of the world. Aren't we? We're the laughing stock of the world. This is no longer the United States of America. No, I refuse to call it that. This is divided. This is divided states, if anything. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. This is the guy that led an insurrection against the United States government, only to have the most deranged and incompetent people in the United States of America, the poorly educated ones, go and vote for him. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them all straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's a huge W, Zeus. And now I am going to move on to the second part of the show and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box. And you know, the second part of the show, what do we call that second part of the show, ladies and gentlemen? You guessed it. You've guessed it. It's called What About Biden, all right? And so if you're a Trump supporter out there, try to come up here and not sing this song. Because I don't want to hear it. Plus you can't sing it. Remember this? Remember Biden did this, MAGA? We don't need to hear this again. Millions crossing, drugs pouring, where we begin. Yeah. What about Biden? Gas prices sky, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child. What about Biden? What about Biden? Afghanistan mess left them behind. 13 soldiers gone, Joe acting blind. What about Biden? Thank you. I don't want to play it with you, all right? And by the way, MAGA, don't bring up Joe Biden and the 13 soldiers, because last I checked, between Donald Trump's first term and his second term, we've lost 72 Americans under Donald Trump. So you can try to do as much as you want and say Joe Biden did this and that, but Joe Biden was nowhere near as terrible of a person as Donald Trump is, and terrible as a president. All right, and so let's go ahead and open up these boxes. All right. Hopefully, I don't know if we have anybody out there, but we'll bring up some people. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple. Good morning, G-Man. Welcome.
Working tomorrow. I took a good.
G-Man,
you got better patience. Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought you were talking to somebody else. So good morning. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine. It's that I came here. I saw you glimpsing with that other live. You went to the Lions Den.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm told to this guy that host is claimed to be Hawaii. You should worry about what this country had done to the island of Hawaii before it come here. And you try to say it's all right to invade Cuba and other places.
Yeah.
We don't have the right to. We don't have the right to invade a sovereign nation, even though we might disagree with the government there.
Yeah.
I mean, and you think Trump is tough doing that? He's a right there, right? So there's a coward draft dodger, bigger than coward, man. Just like his father and grandfather.
You think so?
Older in the genetic genes. Yeah, I could tell you that. Trump is a punk ass bitch. Excuse my language, but
I caught you, G-Man.
Sorry.
Go for it.
I mean, because he didn't have the cojones to vote for Vietnam. You know, it's a conflict with the draft situation. I could get that.
Yeah.
But he's one of those that got, because the haves, the has not. You know, let the poor man do the fighting and the rich man avoid it on it. Yeah. And it's frustrating. I heard your dad. They support about 2 weeks ago. They want no new wars, and now they support this.
Yeah.
And I hope. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean,
I just want to address it.
Oh, go for it. No, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think there's a little bit of a delay, but go ahead. Please continue.
Sorry. Oh, you're MAGA. Oh, you're MAGA. Sign up or shut up. That's all I want you to do. Sign up or shut up.
Thank you.
As a veteran myself, I took the risk to sign it. Yeah, I took the risk. But I don't want to hear you on the live because you're not going to say that in my face.
Yeah.
Oh, we know what we signed up for.
Yeah.
You say that in my face. You mentioned some of your chicklets or some worse than I said that stuff because you don't have the pair or two testicles to sign up.
Yeah.
Now there's a chance to sign to prove you love this country.
Yeah.
Love the person that you worship. Sign. If you're not saying your kids, I don't want to hear you're old, your disability, whatsoever.
No, because remember, they remember, G-Man, they were saying, we don't want people who are illegally getting any of these food stamps. Remember all of this stuff? They wanted them to get up off the couch and supposedly get to work. So like you said, they need to get up off of their rusty dusties, right? Quit watching that Fox News and get boots on the ground in Iran. Where are the Trump supporters at?
Yeah, I want one of them that came to you want to like come over here and talk to me. I'm an independent registered voter. Yeah, as well. You know, that host that he claims is independent, but you know he's more leaning to the right, like a MAGA supporter more than independent. But
yeah,
you know, I'm saying what to say. But this is your chance to come to toast me as the veteran. If you support this administration, what he's doing right now, come in and tell me and they have a civil. But I'll let you know, I'm like Zeus. I'm not nice.
Yeah, he's not.
I'm
nice.
not nice.
Like
I have no time.
Thank you.
I'm not nice.
Tell him, G-Man. Unlike me, G-Man's not nice. I'm the nice one. Tell him.
Yeah, you're humble. Humble, handsome. Well, you know, I could be about handsome. All the ladies like the G-Man, but anyway, but anyway,
you do what you do. You do what you do. I give it to you.
I'm about to say that the same thing. You keep what you're doing,
yeah.
But I want Snuggie. I want Angel. Oh yeah, I love Angel.
Yeah,
my fellow Puerto Rican that vote against Angel. One Rican to another. Come over here, and talk to me.
Yeah, Angel.
Why you support the dude?
Yeah, Angel.
Angel, if you listen to me. You big. I don't want you to go like you. Roy Rich had that Latin tongue because I had one too. But old enough, I could be your uncle. If you support this then pendejo.
Yeah.
I put my 5 fingers across your face and say, "Why you supported it?" Because he does not like us Puerto Ricans back today.
Yeah.
Just saying, Mike. I'm originally from New York. I know about this dude. I was young as 8 years old, 1972. I was 8, knowing about him and his fast house, his first and for his 2 house discriminations.
Yeah,
but I have to give you credit because you go to the Lions dance and you have better pensions because they make me throw up on it because all that twisting mental gymnastics and border on nonsense and running and they think you are telling lies on it. No. Bring your facts and receipts, man. There better be no white ring packed together nonsense because you're gonna get roasted, not just by Zeus.
Amen.
These creators are more seven on me. That's all. I just getting tired and frustrated. And I've been saying this since day one he became over. He's gonna put the United States in a situation, in a conflict. I say that.
You sure did.
We're not gonna get it off. And I say that.
Yeah.
I know, and people think, your MAGA think, G-Man don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Because I know about Trump better than y'all.
Bingo.
He's one of those cats. He's an old school man, my man. You know, if you're old school like me, if he going under, he's gonna take somebody under with him. That's his personality. It's real life.
Yeah. And he goes after innocent women, children. He goes after the most vulnerable people. He's too weak to stand up to Vladimir Putin, right? He goes after those he feels like he can get away with it.
And I want to I'm talking about his administration, think it's like a sporting spread cheering.
Yeah.
You not sacrifice your loved ones, your families to do the fighting, but you want somebody else's family members to do the fighting. That's what disgusting on it.
Yeah.
You know, you should learn this from the previous war and terror. It's the right to send people in the front line, but the people come back, they need help for mental, physical.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
And you're still mistreating them.
Thank you.
That's all. I don't want to take your time, my friend. I know you got a lot of time. A lot of people come up, but I just want to
did the right thing,
challenge it. I want to challenge anyone that came with that. You went to that live.
Yeah.
If you come over here, you got your chance to shine. Talk to me. Better be simple, man, because I ain't no time.
Amen.
You know, why you support this dude what he's doing wrong?
Thank you.
We probably in the midst of World War III. I just hope it don't go escalate further than it is right now.
Amen.
Don't be surprised.
Amen. Amen. All right, G-Man.
I'm going to go ahead and drop my man.
W's in the chat for G-Man. No, thank you. No lies detected. See that? See that? Do we have any Trump voters out there? That's G-Man demanding accountability, demanding action. I see them in the comment section, but they don't ever send a request up. Why? Why doesn't MAGA ever send a request up? We get the same failures, the ones that come in here, you know, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom. You have nothing to offer Big Zeus. You eat mustard. So there's nothing we can even talk about. You eat and you survive doing different things. All right. We're not even the same. That's a W Zeus. You say because they're weak? Oh, no. Get a grip. Send me a request. You said you got to say something. Come on up here. Get a grip. Send a request because I can't invite you. I requested, you said no. See, that's how lies get started. Nope, you can send a guest request. I'll see you in the queue. But I can't invite you. Go get your real account, all right? Because get a grip. You do need to get a grip, and that's a huge W, Zeus. Thank you, Lil Hawk. All right, I mean, you see them in there. I see them in the audience right now, cheering on for Donald Trump, but they never get in here and say anything. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, after crying in the comments, we have who? Get a grip. Good morning.
I wasn't crying in the comments, though. Stop that.
Okay, well, what were you doing? And don't tell me what to do. You don't tell Big Zeus what to do. Watch yourself now. You've been hanging out with Dame or something? You've been hanging out with somebody on the right that gave you a little too much, a little bit confidence, huh?
Who's Dame?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know where you came in with that level of that kind of vibe, telling Big Zeus what to do. I tell you what to do. Get a grip. Now you need to get a grip. Yeah.
I'm just saying though, bro. Y'all talking about y'all broke, y'all this, y'all.
I never said that.
But y'all sending all these gifts, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this is the biggest gift I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Oh, so you don't got really nothing else to say. You just seeing.
I'm just saying, y'all claim to be broke.
But you came up here under the. Are you a Trump supporter?
Nah, I voted for the man, but the things he's doing with the war is kind of messed up. I agree with you.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not here to talk about the war.
Okay, then what are you here to do? Just pocket watch? You sitting here, and here's the thing, because I get it. This might be your first time running across Big Zeus. How long, if you've been following me, how long have I been doing this? Do you know?
Bro, I was up here before you. I was here with Q Dog.
Oh, okay, but how long have you been following me on TikTok? Because see
I
now,
don't know.
okay, so because you get up here, you say it's a grift, it's the biggest grift. You're sorely
I'm
mistaken.
saying, okay,
You're sorely
Democrats claim to
mistaken.
be broke.
Huh?
Democrats claim to be broke, and they sending dinos. Like, y'all not broke. Stop saying y'all broke. Stop saying that y'all money is getting
okay,
paid, bro.
okay,
Y'all got
okay,
money.
okay.
Bro.
Time out,
Stop
time
it.
out. I can't do nothing with you, all right? I remember this
I'm
conversation.
just saying,
No,
bro.
I remember this conversation. You're the one that got what, a 3% auto loan or something like that, and then I asked you who's the lender, and then you didn't give me that information. I remember you, champ. Just continue to learn from Big Zeus, all right? And I'm going to move it on, all right, ladies and gentlemen. That's a huge W, Zeus. That's a young man I need to work on mentoring, but I don't mentor on the show, champ. All right, but listen. Don't sit around and worry about what another man is getting, all right? Because you come across as a hater. You should never do that. That's a sign of weakness, all right? And I just gave you some game for free. Instead of getting up and getting it on your own, you'd rather sit around and complain about somebody else getting it. That's not going to get you to the next level, champ. If you want to be great, you got to do great things. Case closed. And that's a huge W, Zeus. I've been doing this for a while, bro. I just basically get on the court and I do what I do and I get up out of here, all right? If I'm blessed in the middle of doing that, that's awesome, right? Because, to each his own, right? And, I'm very appreciative, but let's not get it twisted up here, all right? Moving on to the next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any Trump supporters out there? Listen, anyone out there supporting Donald Trump, please identify yourselves in the comment section. Yeah. Because see, what this is about, this is really about saving the country. This is really about saving the country. Uh-oh. Here it goes. Yeah. I'll give you a good example. I haven't heard from this guy, right? In a while. Asler.
Hey, good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. You sound a little sadder than normal, but honestly,
No, I just waking up right here in Louisiana, Westlake, Louisiana. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay. You're working
with my black people on this side.
You're working?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. How much you make an hour?
Man, I got salary.
What's your salary? What's your annual?
110.
110? Wow! Congratulations.
What? To an immigrant, that's a step forward, my friend.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Now, how much are you noticing the gas prices going up?
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm so happy for the gas going up. You crying like a little baby saying, oh, the gas is nothing. It doesn't mean nothing to us. Now it's mean, right?
Okay. So Asler, and ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to understand, he cried when Joe Biden was president and the gas prices went up, right? But now that Donald Trump is the president, Asler, and he's speaking for all Trump supporters, is going to explain to you all why he thinks giving up the money that he's been making to the gas station is a good thing. Go ahead, Asler. Tell me why you think giving more money to the gas stations is good.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when the gas price was $3.70 in Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I used to pay that with Biden, right?
Yeah, with Biden.
Now, Donald Trump came in. I was paying, man, $2.40. All right, myself, I was paying $2.40.
Mm-hmm.
Gas prices went down around Texas, $2.20. Okay, they got gas prices $1.87. All right. But you don't care. Everybody's saying I'm drinking gas, right? Because I was an asshole because I'm drinking gas. Nobody care about gas. Now we come into war with Iran and all these crazy people over there.
Okay.
And the gas prices in Houston is around $3 right now. Okay.
So that's more. So now let me follow this. They went down, but now they're up again.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir.
And that's a good thing.
I was happy. I was telling everybody on the lights, hey, you see the gas prices? Oh, no, we don't care. It doesn't mean nothing to us. It doesn't show the prices go down. It's
well,
just the same.
You know what else goes up with the gas prices, Asler, right? That means you're...
Hold on. They tell me...
Well, you hold on.
Because the season, right?
Because of what?
Go ahead. You just show. They told me it go down because the season. Nobody's traveling. Nobody does nothing. That's why it was so
the
down,
demand.
right?
The demand.
That's your people saying.
Yeah, that's part of it. And then there's the winter blend, right? Depending on where you're at, right? And then there's people, there were natural disasters that happen that make people not be able to travel. So that is a thing, right? But
okay.
I'm just concerned, Asler, that you're saying to me higher gas prices is a good thing for the average person in America.
No.
Okay,
no.
so it's
I'm
a bad thing.
being sarcastic right now.
Okay, so it's a bad
I'm being
thing.
sarcastic right now.
That's a big word for you. So you acknowledge.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, it's bad for everybody.
Okay, good.
It's just your people, Democrats.
No.
They don't care about gas prices. That's what I mean. You're saying it was all right.
No.
It doesn't mean nothing for economy.
No. I never said that, Asler. The thing is this. Didn't Donald Trump
I didn't hear you personally saying.
Hold on,
Asler.
Hold on. You're moving too fast. So you agree that gas prices going up is bad because with gas prices going up, guess what else is going to start going up? Yes, you're right. The cost of your groceries and everything else.
Thank you. I wish I could record your words right now, man.
Yeah. So Donald Trump is attacking your wallet in a way, right? Whether it's him going into Iran or what he did with the terrorists. So your $110,000, your salary for $110,000, it's really not $110 when you look at the thousands and thousands that Donald Trump is taking away from you and your family. How is that a good thing? How does that benefit you, Asler, knowing the president of the United States is jacking up the cost of everything? And let me ask you this: has he lowered your utility bill at all? Has he cut it in half?
It's not.
No.
Okay, but let me tell you this
what happened
before you drop me.
Well, what do you have up here? Just give it to us. What's one good thing that Donald Trump has done to help every American?
Man, I mean, we already had the beautiful bill. That thing is working for everybody. You know what beautiful bill mean for a lot of people in America.
But what in the big beautiful or the big nasty? Some people say, but what in it is actually helping Americans?
Man, it's gonna help people to get how they call it. They're gonna help some people to get low taxes. That means they're gonna pay less for some people. Okay, they're gonna help some people like.
Okay, so my question specifically said all Americans. So even if you want to bring that up, you just said some people. Some is not all. So the answer, the correct answer, the correct answer is nothing.
So you mean
that's your answer. He's done nothing.
I'm answering you right now.
Yeah, I've given you
right now because we're talking about.
Listen, you ever seen that show?
Prices,
you ever seen the game show Jeopardy? You only get a certain amount of time to answer a question, right? I've asked you a question because I'm on a time crunch, and you don't got anything to offer us in terms of what.
I know.
So let's just go ahead and say it together. Donald Trump has done nothing to help all Americans.
All right, can I
Can you say it? Can you say that?
No, let me say.
You're not going to say the truth.
You drop me.
You're not going to say the truth because
it's the truth.
Okay,
it's the truth. So let me tell you this.
So he hasn't done anything to help all Americans. All right, that's a W, Zeus.
He did.
Thank you.
He did, and he's gonna do it again. That's the issue. Let me tell you something. The gas price is going down again. One this thing pass over us, the gas price is gonna be down. Let me tell you this. And then when we had it in Houston again, $2. You're gonna came back with the same BS oh no, it's nothing. It's the season.
Okay, Asler,
right?
I bid.
I want to come back.
I want you to come back, Asler, before you, because
I will.
You've been doing a great job avoiding ICE since I've known you, bro. So I think you're doing good. But I'm curious.
Oh man,
how do you suppose the gas prices are eventually going to go down? How do you think this thing is going to play out and end? Because that's what it would take.
At the end, we got probably 3 more weeks in Iran. Okay.
And then what?
These people, they already done. Of course. So everything is going back to normal.
So he's going to make. Okay. You think Donald Trump is going to make Iran cry uncle?
They're already crying, brother. I don't know. You hear about the ADA? They got a Ayatollah right now. He's hiding.
Okay.
So these people is crying like a little babies right now.
Okay, Asler. So what I'm going to say to you is this then. Why is the strait still closed?
It's not closed.
Yeah, it is.
Who closed it?
The insurance.
Nobody closed it.
The insurance company.
Can you show me a document saying it's closed?
Yeah.
See how you lie to people right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not closed. Can you show me a document saying it's closed?
So if
it's not closed.
If you want, hold on, Asler. If you want to say, is there actual forces there keeping it closed, then you're right. But you know, just like I know.
See?
Hold on. But you know, just like I know, ships aren't passing through there the way they used to. I believe it's been reduced to around 90%. Why?
You hear about the
no. Answer the question.
To these people?
You don't answer the question. Why aren't ships going through? Because effectively it is closed.
Because the insurance.
Thank you.
Tried to get these people.
And so okay. So
out of the channel. But Donald Trump is providing insurance right now. You know that?
It's not working.
You don't want to talk about it, right?
It's not working. Why do you think these countries are declaring force majeure? Right? They got oil, but they can't send it anywhere. And now they're having to shut down their oil facilities. And guess what?
Okay.
To ramp back up. Hold on. To ramp back up, it's going to take weeks. And you're telling us today on my show, Asler, that in 3 weeks, all of this is going to just magically disappear. Asler, I've heard enough, champ. I've heard enough. I've heard enough of your life.
Let me finish.
No, Asler, you didn't give me anything, bro. I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to tell you, but you try to avoid me.
Okay, yeah. Hey, what's that? Oh, has anyone seen Asler? Asler. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. It's with great pleasure that I do this. He really thinks in 3 weeks Donald Trump is going to have the oil prices and oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz all over again. And he has no idea how this works. You need to go do some real homework, Asler, and stop looking like a fool on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Asler straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right,
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
It's like a gnat listening to these Trump supporters wiggle around the truth and try to make up whatever explanations. So give me a solid answer as to like how this is all going to end. Donald Trump said unconditional surrender. They have to cry uncle. And Asler think they're going to be able to do that in 3 weeks, and then he's going to come back onto my show and own all of us. And then the gas prices are going to go from, right now in some places $8 a gallon, right here in California and LA, to it's $1. Even before the conflict, it never got down to $1.85 like he was saying it was. So how do you suspect it's going to get down to lower than that? But whatever you got to tell yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you got to tell yourselves to keep hope alive in so many ways, right? Moving on to the next panelist, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next? Here we go. I got to bring up my good friend Takesha. Welcome. Hey, Asler, go get me a screenshot of those gas prices, by the way.
Good morning, Zeus.
Hi, Takesha. Good morning. How are you?
Let me correct Asler. The only ships that are going through the Strait of Hormuz, are Iranian ships. Scott Besson came out and said, a ship got through. That was from Iran.
Yeah.
And another one tried to go through that wasn't theirs and got blown up. Tell Asler to please be quiet and stop letting Scott Besson and all the other fools make a fool out of him.
Ain't that something, Takesha? Ain't that something? He would rather get up here and lie than to just come straight with the honest truth to the American people.
I'm just so embarrassed at him, Zeus. But let me say this, Zeus, and I got to do it.
Yeah.
So give me a minute. Oh, my God. Obama wore that tan suit. That is so unpresidential. Well, look, Trump got on a white hat while they bringing the troops home.
Yeah.
We're going to edit a video and we're going to make it seem like he didn't have the hat on. And then when we get the backlash, we'll come out with an apology. Okay. Well, Joe Biden looked at his watch doing, when they brought the people home.
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump looked down his jacket, but some flew down there. So he was just looking to see what flew down there. Oh my God, Joe Biden giving all that money to Ukraine and started that war. Well, Donald Trump, he went to Iran. It was necessary.
Oh.
He had to go over there because they had those nuclear bombs going to come over here and get all of us.
Yeah.
And this is necessary.
Yeah.
Oh my God, egg prices are up. Donald Trump says he's going to bring those prices down. That's why I voted for him. Well, food prices going up. Well, it's only going to be for a little time. At the end's going to justify the beginning.
Oh.
Oh my God, look at the gas prices. They're going down. Way to go, Trump. Gas prices going up. It's only going to be for a little while. That always happens when you go to war. Oh yeah. Everything's going to be great on Trump. Soon as he gets through with what he's doing over there in Iran, even though he doesn't know what he's doing, he's playing 3D chess. And he's playing that 3D chess, Zeus. And we can't name one piece on the chessboard, but we're sure he's playing that 3D chess. Zeus.
Yeah.
Even though none of us have ever played chess, we're going to trust he's playing that 3D chess. Zeus.
Wow.
That's what Donald Trump's doing.
Wow.
Donald Trump's the greatest president of all time, Zeus. He's doing everything he can to help the American people. Well, what's he doing to help the American people? Well, listen, it's going to help the American people. What's in the big, beautiful bill? Zeus.
These folks, it's like you're on autopilot.
You ask Asler, what is the big beautiful bill doing to help the American people? Well, it's gonna. Now you asked him, what is it doing?
Yeah.
He said it's gonna.
Yeah.
Zeus, these people are the one with Trump deranged syndrome, and it's getting worse by the day.
Facts.
See, my thing is this:
Speak on it.
when you replace experience with loyalty, this is what happens.
Yep.
Headset doesn't know what he's doing. Bessie doesn't know what he's doing.
Nope.
Bunda doesn't know what she's doing. Gnomes didn't know what she was doing. And Donald Trump definitely don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's how we ended up where we are. Russia giving intelligence to Iran on our ships in the location. But he came over here, got the red carpet treatment, rolled in the beast, held hands with Donald Trump. Trump stood at the end of the waiting on his man to come down.
Yeah.
He's smiling and clapping like he done seen the glory of the Lord.
Hey.
And this man is giving these folks information to take us down.
Ain't that
you
something?
see how people play Trump. They keep talking about Trump the GOAT. He might smell like one, but he ain't the GOAT. They keep saying he's a strong man, Zeus. But Zeus, he's not. They play him.
Thank you.
Like a chess piece.
Thank you.
He's not playing 3D chess. He's a piece in there that keeps getting knocked over.
Wow. W to Keisha. You know you're hurting some feelings out there this morning.
I don't care. I don't care, Zeus. Everything they complained about when Joe Biden was in office is happening right now. But they have no complaints because they got a reason for it and an excuse for how it's going to get done.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, W to Keisha.
You got these soldiers going over here unalive. They lying about the numbers. I don't believe it was just 6, Zeus.
I don't think so. No,
I don't believe it was just 6.
No.
But what I'm saying is this. You lowered the flag for Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
I ain't seen a flag lower yet for them soldiers.
Whoa.
And I could be wrong.
I haven't seen it either.
I have not seen it, Zeus. My thing is this. Y'all put a celebrity operative in office and thought you was going to get a better country because he ran and he thrived off Obama's economy and tricked y'all like it was his. Y'all thought he was this great president, but now y'all truly seeing who he was the first time, but he had guardrails. And because he don't have any this time, he is destroying this country.
Ain't that something?
Zeus, you have a great day.
All right. W to Keisha. No lies detected. Where are all of the critics of Big Zeus? Where are all the detractors? Y'all have turned into a bunch of comedians ever since Donald Trump started doing what he's been doing, and we've been keeping up with it the way that we've been keeping up with it. Now that we're keeping up with all of Donald Trump's lies, there's not one lie you can tell on this show. MAGA has now turned into a bunch of comedians, the laughing stock of the country, the laughing stock of the world. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Seriously. Good morning, Ange. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Wow, I get you again.
I'm not too bad. But anyway, I just came up because our friend Donald just over on Lie Social just made, let's see, can I read it to you real quick?
Please.
He said, Australia is making a terrible humanitarian mistake by allowing the Iran national women's soccer team to be forced back to Iran, where they will most likely be unalived. Don't do it, Mr. Prime Minister. Give asylum. The U.S. will take them if you want. Thank you for your attention to this matter, yada, yada, yada. So where he is saying the part that they will be unalived if they go back to Iran, who's going to unalive them? Who's unaliving them? That'd be us.
Yeah.
That would be us.
Wow.
He is fucking dumb.
Wow.
And sorry, I hope you didn't hear that.
No, I didn't know, but yeah, he would do it because when you look at his track record, he doesn't protect women. He harms women and children.
No, he unalived 170 little girls, and I just, when he's saying they're going to go back to Iran and get unalived, yeah, by us. This is what they chose. And there's somebody really dumb down in your comment section. I won't name her. She's from Nevada. But anyway, I won't name her, but she said, well, what are the
Vegas?
Yeah.
Vegas. I can say it. Vegas.
Wrecking ball lady. Anyway, yeah. Shh. Now you got me.
Yeah, because these people are divisive. And like I said, have you heard any of these folks decide they're going to enlist or send their loved ones to enlist?
No. And every time I talk to them, that's the first thing I ask. Let's see, up to 2 weeks ago, they were screaming no new wars. For years, they've been screaming no new wars. And now all of a sudden, what are they doing? And now they're defending it. I heard you last night. Nice work. I heard our friend Bach over there, who was in the service for 25 years. And you got those idiots trying to talk to him about being in the military. Are you kidding me? But anyway, our little friend down there, Wrecking Ball.
We are at war. We are at war. Sorry.
Yes, we are. We absolutely are. Stop calling it a conflict. Knock it off. But she said, well, what are the Dems doing? Well, I can tell you what the Dems are doing. We're not unaliving people. We didn't choose this.
Get her, Ann.
Who the heck chose this?
Get her. I didn't choose this.
No, none of the Democrats chose this. We didn't choose to unalive a bunch of little girls. We didn't choose to unalive our own servicemen and women. And I'm tired of hearing them acting like patriots and that never, ever, ever going to sign up. They don't care. Oh, well, you guys signed up for it if you join the military. No, they didn't. They didn't sign up to be sent over there and unalive little girls and however many civilians that they have unalived.
None.
And they are probably lying about the numbers.
They are.
I mean, these people lie about everything.
They're lying because he would lose the support he has, the little he has, the moment we got the accurate assessment of what's really going on in terms of the casualties and the people who've been injured in the United States and maybe even some of our allies. Donald Trump would literally implode right on sight. So what I know he's doing, Ange, this is just my opinion, Putin is doing the same thing in Russia. They're hiding the actual bad news from the Russian people. And I would say, if you ask, would Donald Trump do that? I believe so. W, Tara.
100%. 100%. Oh, W, Tara in the chat. Oh my goodness, W to all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they love you.
But yeah, and now they're giving intel, as you stated, they're giving intel to Iran about us. I mean, this is just a whole disaster. And all these people said, you mark my words, we will have boots on the ground. There will be boots on the ground. You guys, you know nothing down there, Angus, whatever the hell your name is. You don't know anything about it. You probably haven't even left your mother's basement.
Get him, man.
So don't even mention it. Don't even talk about it.
Yeah, these people. And
all right, I got that off my chest.
Thank you so much, Ann. Is there anything else? Because you cooked and booked.
I think I covered it.
All
but
right.
I did hear you last night. Nice work.
Thank you.
Going over there and schooling them, as you always do.
They didn't want to hear it because it was too painful. But I delivered the message, and now it's up to them to do the work. But again.
Well, I had said I was not going over there because I can't even stand to listen to them. And now they're stitching my videos. And Vegas girl, shut the F up. You're such an idiot. Anyway, She is. I'm so sick and tired of her. We're all sick. But I wasn't going to go over there because listening to them is absolutely making me sick to my stomach.
Yeah,
They
I
know
agree.
nothing. But I saw you over there, so I wanted to go over and watch you school them, and you did.
Thank
So,
you, Ann. That
thank
means
you,
a lot.
everyone. Thank
That
you for the
means
gifts.
a lot. Wow. W's in the chat.
Y'all have a great day.
All right. Wow. Thank you, Ange, the beautiful Ange. No lies detected. Do we have any Trump voters out there? Yeah, I went over to Danger's live yesterday, and it was him, and it was Angel, and it was the Russian bear, the bad Russian bear. There's a good one now that I'm going to leave alone because I think they see the light, and they didn't want to hear anything that I had to say, and they actually were yelling at me because they were saying I should be in support of higher gas prices. This is how unhinged this is totally became now. Instead of just conceding and saying, all right, this guy in the White House isn't doing a good job, they will argue you to unalivement, right? To prove to you that Donald Trump raising the gas price, and this is what they said. When Biden was president, you said, this is the thing, and this is what really sent them over the edge. When Biden was president, you told us presidents don't control gas prices. So I flipped the logic on them and I said, well, that was true. But remember, Trump is in the White House now, MAGA, and he secured the border. And the logic behind him securing the border was you don't need policy. All you needed was a president. That's the logic MAGA operates with. So, yes, we can have two different ways of raising these gas prices. So I said, you don't need to change the laws in order to get the gas prices. You just need a president like Donald Trump to raise the gas prices. And they totally lost it. But if you think about it, Donald Trump is the one directly responsible for the spike in the gas prices. He's the one that made the decision to go in and attack Iran. W. Zeus. And then the other thing, they tried to liken it to Joe Biden when, the gas prices went up under Joe Biden. And this is Angel. So I said, Angel, who started the conflict between Russia and Ukraine? I thought he was going to say Joe Biden, but this is where MAGA is at now. They can't keep track of the lies. He actually got it right, and he said Russia. And I said, Angel, get off the app right now. You're in trouble right now with your daddy because you got the answer wrong. So if you are acknowledging that Russia started the conflict and the gas prices went up under Biden, how is that Biden's fault? Crickets. Now, this is where he went wrong. So, Angel, who started the conflict between the United States and Israel and Iran? Iran. No. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, an Angel tries his hardest to keep up with Big Zeus, but it never works. And so, Angel, you know what? I'm going to do this for you. Rocco was there. He told me quit yelling, but then he let Angel yell. It was Rocco, the Russian Bears. Who else was there? Day and Angel. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire and sending them in Vegas, girl. I think you and Kimmy were in the comments section. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, join me in doing the world a huge favor and sending these liars, these hypocrites, cheering on high gas prices, high grocery prices. Join me in sending them into hell. Thank you. Sorry.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
That's a W, Zeus. All right. I just had to get that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to get that out of the way. Moving on, let's see if we can get some panelists to come up here. I don't know if they're Trump voters or not, but we'll get them up here. Lee. Good morning, Lee. Welcome. Lee. Going once. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the rule is in full effect. If I bring you up here and then you go, oh, I'm accidentally up here, what's the rule? How many galaxies? 2 galaxies. Lee, you owe 2 galaxies. All right, moving on to the next panelist. Ozfest, welcome. Uh-oh. Okay, Ozfest. I look like you hit that. You booked it. All right, you booked it. Who we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Who do we have next? Lucy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get in. My bad.
You know what that means, Lucy, right?
Yes. Galaxies.
Thank you. W's in the chat for my new friend, Lucy. You need a layaway plan? You need a layaway plan?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. I can work with you. I'll put you in contact with my customer service department. W's in the chat for Lucy. You see, and I gave the warning, didn't I say? I say, hey, you might be in the guest request, ladies and gentlemen. Aviator, you might be in the guest request on accident. I don't know how it happens, but if you do get up here and I catch you, then it's right is right and fair is fair. You owe the 2 galaxies, and if you can't pay now, don't worry. I'll forward you to my customer service department. Mods, you know what to do. Please go ahead and work out a nice little payment arrangement with them, because we're not here to really make people suffer. You know what I mean? Moving on to the next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Brenda, good morning. Brenda.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Hi,
hello.
how are you? Did you accidentally send a guest request?
No.
Oh, okay. Welcome then. All right then. Welcome. How can we help you this morning?
I would like to know why so many people love Republicans sway towards Donald Trump, because the mess he has got us in.
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
Are there any?
I did not vote for him. I did not vote for him.
Okay. Good. You know what I say, and I've been saying this. People who support Donald Trump, they are definitely racist and misogynist, right? That's the first step, right? And that's how you end up with a lot of brothers and sisters, people of color supporting them. It's one of those two, maybe both, that binds them at the hip, so to speak, with the triple K. And then you go a little further to the right, and you get into that sedition territory. You know what they did on January 6th, right?
Yes.
So these are people who are un-American, and they hate their country. But these are all actual personal issues they haven't dealt with on their own. And then you go a little further. Actually, you got a lot more to the right, and you get into this predatory behavior, what I call being a P3DO. Epstein stuff. It's like that's the glue that unites MAGA. Everything disgusting and vile, right? Imagine that, and then add some mustard on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, do the American people know that we are going down a rabbit hole that we cannot recover from? This is crazy.
Well, I believe the majority of us free thinkers do, right? But when you are a person that is possessed by a strong and evil demonic force, you can actually be convinced that good is bad and bad is good. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's why I don't like to, I don't like to use the word demonic and stuff like that to do what I need to do. But I ran out of options. You can try to use a medical, psychological way of looking at it and, say they got cognitive dissonance, right? You can just say these people mainly are poorly educated, but even even when you give them facts, they will still default to the worst possible behavior. You know what I mean? And the only thing that could come up with that makes sense is these people got to be possessed. They got to hate themselves. They got to hate their country. I mean, honestly, would you vote for a person that said this about you?
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Would you really go in the voting booth and vote for a person that said that about you?
No.
Me either. But they will. And they'll say, as long as I'm not like Brenda, I'll do it. That's crazy.
That's beyond crazy, because the moral standpoint of it, the economic standpoint of it, and the physical standpoint of it. The physical standpoint of it is people walking up, hitting people, saying anything to them.
Yeah.
The moral support is like, you don't care he molested and had sex with children.
Oh,
you need to be shot.
we got to keep it a little TikTok friendly, ma'am. Oh my God, for entertainment purposes, educational purposes only. But flesh
It's
and blood did
cool.
not reveal that to you. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're doing things to little kids, and it's okay with you. You need to be pew-pewed.
Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because you got up here, and I never told you to say those things, right? I never told you to say that. You came to that. You came to that conclusion based on your own understanding of the facts. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Brenda. I'm going to move it on. All right, my friend. But you're more than welcome to come on back here. All right, and I appreciate you getting up here telling the truth and shaming the devil. All right.
I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my friend Brenda Reels coming up here and delivering the blistering truth, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, please hop out of the guest request, ladies and gentlemen. If you may have accidentally sent the guest request, please hop on out. All right, moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Knuckles. Knuckles. Knuckles going once, going twice. All right, something's wrong with you. All right, moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next? Good morning, Disney Mom. Did you accidentally send a request or did you intentionally send it?
I intentionally sent it.
Okay, how are you doing? Welcome.
I am doing well. How about you, Zeus?
I'm doing all right.
I think this is the first time I came up on your panel.
Oh, really? I think I've spoken with you before. Yeah. I think we've spoken.
I think we've spoken in on panels before, but I don't think I ever came up on yours.
Oh, well,
but
welcome. I just want
to say something real quick. When Zelensky was asked to help him out, all I have to say is karma. It's coming back with a smile and a paddle in its hand for Donald Trump.
Good. Could you elaborate on that? Because I covered it earlier, but a lot of people didn't understand, mainly MAGA, right? What do you mean when you said Zelensky's having to help Trump out? Are you there? Uh-oh. I think Disney Mom, I think we lost you for a second. What Disney Mom, I guess, sometimes you get technical difficulties. Maybe the battery died. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next? But Disney Mom, more than welcome to come on back. Mike Show, welcome.
Welcome. This Democrat has a question for you.
You're a Democrat?
Yes, out of California.
Oh, shout out to California.
That's my party that I put on.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Hold on, sir.
Hold on now.
You might not want to clap with that.
Well, hold on.
You might want to change your sound effect to something else. No. This is a human being, Democrat, talking to a Democrat.
Turn your camera
trying
on.
to figure out. Wait, Zeus. You're about facts.
Turn the camera
on.
You said you're
Why don't we meet in person, Zeus?
And then do what?
How about that instead?
Okay, where?
You want to have a conversation. You want to be real. Why don't we do it in person?
Where?
Let's see here.
Give me the
I'm
address.
in California.
Give me the address.
Does that mean you can't fly to California? You can't come to San Jose? Okay. You can't come to San Jose and meet me up in person, sit down on a coffee, we have a conversation?
No, I'm down to do it.
Is that what you can't do?
I'm down to do it. Just give me the address.
Okay, so I want to know from you, as a Democrat, a proud Democrat, why did Joe Biden why did Joe Biden choose to violate Title IX rights?
Am I Joe Biden?
I'm asking you.
Am I
you
Joe
voted
Biden?
for that? I voted for that.
Hold on.
And I realized that was wrong. That is wrong to take women's rights away.
Hold on.
No, Zeus.
I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you.
Are you going to protect the women or are you protecting the trans women? Which one? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah. Well, first off, I don't speak for what Joe Biden did. So never come into my platform asking me to vouch for what another grown man did, number one. Number two, Joe Biden is not a perfect person, just like, everybody else that walks on the earth. All right. But you know what he was? He was a decent man. And I could tell by the way that Joe Biden carried himself and he conducted himself that he respected women. All right. Way more than this current administration. And if you want to get up here and get hung up on the transgender issue, then you know what? It's your right to do it, but I completely disagree with what you're saying, and I completely disagree with your premise. All right. And then secondly, I asked you, where did you want to meet up? You said you're in San Jose. You never gave me an address. So you weren't even interested in actually having a serious conversation about real issues. What is his name? What was his name? What was his name? We have a country, ladies and gentlemen. This is proof that the demon is working overtime. We have a country that's literally going down in degradation. Mic drop. That was his name, Mike. He needs to. You ain't dropping no mics, champ. You might be picking up some mics, but you're not dropping anything. All right? You've lost your mind. We have a country that's really in shambles right now. We have no leadership. We have a president that's running around going off impulse, no one giving him the actual facts, no one standing up to him when he's breaking the laws. He's actively harming women and children all over the country, all over the world. He won't release the e-files, none of that stuff. He actually posted on his platform, he's okay with, children getting transgender surgery with parental permission. And then he had to walk it back for some strange reason. You have incompetence going on. Record-breaking gas prices, record-breaking grocery prices. And you want to get in my show, Mr. No Mic, Mr. Pickup Mics, and complain about former President Joe Biden, who never, ever got impeached, never was indicted? But you want to pick that one thing. I at least gave you a chance, give you a round of applause. I've never met you. But you honestly need to stop talking about politics. I don't think it's right. I don't think a lot of people in this country who aren't stable up here should be having conversations about politics. You need to get professional help. Because I can tell you're a very disturbed person. Why would you want to meet up with somebody you've never ever met over coffee? I don't know you, champ. And it's bothered. It really did. It really bothers me that you believe the things you believe and you refuse to get help. And so maybe you won't get help, but I can give it to you. I'll give it to him. Ladies and gentlemen, let me warm up that lake of fire. Wherever you're at, do us all a huge favor. And it's with great pleasure that I do it. Go straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
That's the W, Zeus.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
Yeah.
Fuck him, like I said.
Who?
That's the worst fucking president I ever known in my life.
Who?
Donald Trump.
Well, what about Bush?
Yeah, Bush was nothing like him.
W, Zeus. Do not get on my show and cry to me about Joe Biden. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy for it because I can't think of anything Donald Trump hasn't done that's worse. That's not as bad as what Joe Biden did. Everything Donald Trump is doing is way worse than what Joe Biden did. So don't bring him up. Let me go back to the audience and go back to the box. These people just they literally make up grievances. All these things going on in the country, and you want to come up here and cry about something that doesn't even bother you, doesn't even impact you. If you could actually tie how that impacts you directly to this discussion, I might be interested. These people are losing it. Yeah, I'm not a proud Democrat either. That's where you started out. I don't go around, I'm a proud Democrat. I just so happen to be registered as one. But I could lean either way. Good morning, Nutty.
Good morning. Let me first
do a correction. There is no such thing as a good Russian bear. There's no such thing. So I have to correct you in that, Zeus.
All right, fair enough.
And I know you're trying to.
I got my hands
to
slapped.
be. I know you're trying to be more palatable to them, but there's no such thing as a good Russian bear. Another correction. I wanted to correct something that Asler said that I don't think y'all caught. When you were speaking of the Strait of Hormuz, and you got him to actually admit that because of insurance, it's effectively closed down.
Correct.
Did you hear what he said after that?
I couldn't understand it.
He said Donald Trump is giving them insurance. What insurance is Donald Trump giving people, Asler? What insurance? Are you freaking kidding? These people have gotten so deep into the cult that they actually think that Donald Trump is giving people insurance to get through the strait.
They got literally getting revved up on their own supply. We're literally watching it in real time, bro. Seriously.
And the fact that he said that he was being sarcastic, which I'm impressed that he even knew what that word was. I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
The fact that he said he was being sarcastic when he was talking about the gas prices, it's crazy to me because I remember just not too long ago, just a few months ago, he was saying how gas prices in Houston, Texas was $1.80.
Yeah. And he was supposed to go to the gas station and give us
he was supposed to go because we looked it up in real time. See, Asler, what you have forgotten to realize is that we are in the 21st century in 2026, where we can go to the internet. We're holding a supercomputer in our hands, and we can go and verify in real time what gas prices are across the nation, not just the nation, but the world.
Tell them.
Shout out to my hometown that's in the comments of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Shout out. It's nice to see Kalamazoo, Michigan in the comments, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy that, we can go in real time and we can verify. So what is it that we often say? Don't believe me, fact check me.
Correct.
Don't believe me, fact check me. Because here's the thing. I don't ever want to spew mis or disinformation. So therefore, if I get on this app with 1.3 thousand people in this particular live,
wow,
and say something incorrect, that puts a stain on my name because my name is known to be factual. Like if I do get it wrong, I am man enough.
Yeah,
I need MAGA to hear this.
And woman enough.
I am man enough to say I got it wrong.
Yeah, we all should be.
I got it wrong. But they're not. So here's the thing. They're going to keep coming after you. They're going to keep coming after you because you're unbothered by them. You're truly unbothered by them.
No, because we've been talking to these demons for a while. And the last shoe to drop for me was the gas prices. That's the one that every single thing they cried about with Joe Biden, the gas prices was the last thing. And I said, you know what? If the gas prices doesn't do it, then the hell with these folks. I mean, seriously.
You mean to tell me it wasn't the eggs? it was the gas prices that got you?
It's the gas prices, right? Because this is self-inflicted. Biden was playing it from the defensive standpoint, right? He didn't want Putin to do what he did. He was trying to talk Putin out of it, and Putin did it anyway, and the gas prices went up, and we had all the backlash. But now we have Donald Trump, no plan for how to get us out of this conflict, right? He's beat up NATO, he's beat up Zelensky, and now he's crying because they won't help him right now. Do you see this? And the gas prices are shooting up.
You know what? Why would Zelensky even consider the idea of helping Donald Trump? Why would he? The way that man has been treated over the last few years, or even when he was in office the first time, the fact that he got berated and pretty much thrown out of the White House.
Yeah.
he got berated by the administration because he came in his fatigues and not a suit.
Ain't that something?
But yet we have precedent for that because Winston Churchill never came here in a suit because we were in a war. Well, he was in a war.
Yeah.
And he came as a leader of a nation. He came in his fatigues.
Yeah. But they picked every little opportunity. They took every little thing Zelensky was doing and used it to try to make him seem like the worst person on the earth. And then look at where we're at now. This is why I'm really upset.
You know what, Zeus? This is going to shock you. I honestly don't even blame Donald Trump for where we are right now.
Well, who do you blame?
I blame all 535 members of Congress. And notice, I lumped in Democrats in that number.
Yeah.
I lumped in Democrats. Now, here's my disclaimer. We know that it's the Democrats that have been screaming to the top of their lungs, but when you're not in the majority, there's nothing that you can do. The reason I said I blame all 535 members is because there were times, Zeus, that we had an opportunity, meaning Democrats, that we had an opportunity, for instance, during the government shutdown, to effect change. And what did 9 Democrats do?
Reopen.
They sided with the administration to open the government back up because they say it's gone on too long. Had they just held the line.
Yep.
Because at this point, Zeus, we're already being hurt as U.S. citizens. We're already being hurt.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So the government being shut down, what more? We weren't hurting any more than we already are hurting. So that's why I blame all 535 members. Because unlike the Republicans, the Democrats need to stick together no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah, I agree. But, I think to your point, I think some of these people, they might be compromised in more ways than you and I could possibly imagine because I just don't get why it's so difficult to do the right thing, right? I mean, especially in light of everything that's going on, right? But, that's my opinion, but, that's my opinion.
All I gotta say is if Congress doesn't course correct immediately, post haste, if they don't course correct, we will absolutely be in World War III. Wow. If we don't course correct immediately right now and get a Congress that will stand up to this fascist dictator, we will absolutely 100% without question be in World War III.
Facts.
Immediately.
Facts.
Immediately.
Facts.
And I don't want that. You don't want that.
No, but But you know what, Nutty? And this is the other thing. I said the gas prices. The one thing that's really bothering me right now is every single Trump supporter that gets up here and defends this thing with Iran. They say it had to happen. It had to happen sooner or later. And Donald Trump was the only president to do it. Have you seen any of them actually lace up their boots and enlist?
It's funny because I think it was Angie's Live that we were in, and there's people coming up, and the question was, so when are you going to enlist?
Yeah.
And that question never got answered.
Never got answered.
That question never got answered.
So I can't take them serious. I can't take anybody serious that's
they're
not
not
willing to do
people.
it.
They're not serious people. And
they're
one more
dangerous.
thing I got to say before I get out of here. I'm coming with smoke for the Democrats too, who take AIPAC money. The fact that we are in a war because of the nation that is not so real. Iran did nothing to us. Mm-hmm. I'm 52 years old, Zeus, and I've been hearing my entire existence on this earth that the regime over in Iran is saying unalivement to America. Unalivement. I've heard this for 52 years, but one thing that they've never done, they've never attacked us. They've never attacked our interest. Article 2 of the United States Constitution does not give Donald Trump the right to be in this war.
He doesn't.
Because the United States was not under imminent threat, nor were we attacked. That's where Article 2 comes in of the Constitution that gives the president the right to go and respond without the approval of Congress, but they gave him so many days to inform Congress and to bring Congress in. Because why, Zeus? Who is the only branch of government that can declare war?
The legislative.
It is the legislative. It is, i.e., Congress. Who is the branch of government that controls the purse? It is the House of Representatives. So I really wish they would stop talking about the Constitution because they're dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
Vegas, you're dumber than any of the Russian bears. So go lay down, go spread your disease somewhere else.
Oh my gosh.
Because you're bad.
W Nutty. Cheers.
Thank you for letting me up, man.
No
I
problem,
hope you have
bro.
a great day.
Thank you. You too. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my brother Nutty. No lies detected. All right, there you go. See, it's not that hard to get up here and just literally tell the truth and shame the devil. That's it. I don't want to get up here and hear about all the other stuff you got going. I'm not your therapist. All right, get up here, tell the truth, shame the devil. All right, and if you get up here and you think that you're going to cook us or something and you got some information, just say what it is and we'll get to the bottom of it. It's not that difficult. All right, that's another huge W, Zeus. Moving it along. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Randy. Good morning, Randy. Welcome to the show. Going once. Going twice. Oh, well, bye, Randy. Cowboy. Cowboy. Cowboy 22. Cowboy 22.
Hey, what's up, Zeus?
Was you accidentally sending it? Did you accidentally hop in my guest request?
Yes, sir. I'm always listening. I'm always listening, pretty much, Zeus.
Yeah, so you accidentally hopped in the guest request. You know the rules, bro. What's the rule? You said you always be listening. Cowboy?
Listening.
Yeah. What's the rule if you accidentally end up in the guest request?
What is it?
You said you always be listening.
I'm always in on your site, bro.
Yeah. So what's the rule if you accidentally? Because I've said it.
What is the rule?
2 galaxies. So either somebody's up here joking, either you or me, bro. Which one is it? Is it me or you?
Bro, I don't have no bones to be bringing up some type of argument about this show.
Okay, well,
I don't joke. I'm too old to be joking about this here, bro. I don't play around.
All right, so then you do be listening to what I'm saying, and then
yeah, I like your show, man.
All right, well, I mean, listen, I'm not here to play around either. Time is money, but the rule on the show is if you accidentally get up here after I've begged people, please hop out of the guest request. Don't come up here unless you mean to. And then you come.
Well,
up
I didn't.
Here.
You brought me in. I didn't come in. I didn't come in.
Now you gonna lie on Big Zeus like that, bro? I thought you said you gonna lie on me.
I didn't punch my way in there. You guys asked me to come in. I didn't.
You think I asked you? You really think I asked you, bro?
Zeus, cut it out, Zeus. Cut it out, man. Hey. I'm not up here for this. Yeah.
Hey, man.
I'm not out here for one of your show.
I know you're not, but
I didn't come up here for this.
Okay, well, you did come up here for this. Actually, you did come up here for this. Now that I think about it, bro, you came up here for this because you're trying to make me seem like I'm a liar. You're trying to make it seem like I went and picked you. Huh?
I'm not trying to make you look like nothing.
Okay, well, listen, champ. Listen. You're in my guest request. The only way you could end up in my guest request is if you put the request in. There's thousands of people in here.
You know what, man? I've always enjoyed your show. I really hated this come to this here, bro.
I get it, and get this. There's no love lost between us. We're grown men, but at the end of the day, you got to be careful out there, bro.
Yeah, I know. You will put a person in a leg of fire.
Now I'm not gonna do that to you, but listen. I can tell the 2 galaxies is a lot. I'm not going to charge you to 2 galaxies this morning, brother. But please, be careful out there, all right?
Yes, man. Yes,
Okay,
man.
thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my friend Cowboy 22. Man, you had my arm behind my back, dog. Man, I'm sitting there just trying to help you understand, man. You accidentally popped into my guest request, and W. Rick, all right, you didn't have to send that, but sometimes I painfully have these moments because I'm hoping other people who may be in the guest request are listening, and they'll go, "Oops, I don't want that to happen to me," and then they hop out. Okay, but you know what? To each their own. Moving on to the next panelist. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Digital doodlers. Digital doodlers. Good morning. W for digital doodlers. Okay. See? Oh my gosh. Moving it along. All right. Who do we got this morning? Good morning, Poetivity. Welcome.
Good morning, Zeus. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I got your Cash App, right? Did I tell you that?
I think you did.
Thank you.
I
just wanted to tell you thank you because sometimes I don't say it. Yes, but thank you.
So I never do this, but I'm gonna brag. Like I was here every day listening to Zeus. Every single day. And every day he was entertaining me, using humor to give us all the bad news, kind to everybody, even the Trump supporters, just casting them in a pretend lake of fire is not really bad enough for them, right? And so everybody who's here right now should send Zeus what I did, $100. Everybody who's here right now,
Poetivity.
Buckle down. Like you have been here every day for
that is
years.
So funny.
You have listened to him every day for years. He has helped you through this terrible 10 years that we've had. And honestly, you owe him money. If you can pay more than $100, do more than $100. But my God, pay him for his time because we owe him.
Poetivity. That's a tall order. I even had to chuckle because times are hard. People, and we do this because we really got to save.
I know times are hard, and you save us every day. So. Skip the Starbucks coffee for a week or something and give him all your money. Just give him all your money. We got to keep the good guys on the air. So.
Okay, well, we want to keep the good guys, but please do not, because they'll send me the money and then they'll ask for it back. It's very important, but I appreciate that, Poetivity, seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Poetivity. That's seriously... that means a lot, all right? But, on this show, I just say, as long as you're out there doing the right thing and standing up against this demon in the White House and these incompetent people that worship him, you're doing everything I need you to do, and it gives me the encouragement to keep doing what I do. But I do appreciate what you did for me, all right? Poetivity.
I have just one more thing to add, and it's a post I did, but I don't think very many people saw it. But I don't know, but maybe I'm crazy. But I think that the president of the United States and the dumbest mother effer in the universe ought to be two separate people.
Do you think they should be treated as separate people?
No, I think they ought to be two separate people.
Yeah, they should be. But you're right.
They should be two separate people. Like they shouldn't be the same person.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm thinking about it and I'm going, isn't it amazing that the president is both those things at the same time?
It's just horrifying. It's just horrifying. And the other thing I want to say publicly, even though it's just my thoughts and my ideas and my feelings watching the pattern, is that this MFer that we have in the White House right now would rather use the biggest weapons we have on our soil than to have to send 2 soldiers to over 1,000 homes in the United States and have people know that, which is what he's going to have to do if he's going to be honorable. And he's not going to be honorable. We know he's not. We know there's over 1,000 unalivings right now. The overseas news has told us this. And he would rather turn our entire country into nothing, dust, carbon dust, than to have to admit that and have people know that. And I think we are in big trouble. He's going to blame Iran for any attacks that happen on this soil. And he probably attacked Iran just so that he could blame Iran for all the terrible things that he is going to do to us before the midterms. People, hunker down, prepare, and know that we need to get him out of the White House yesterday.
Adrian.
Right. Call, beg, yell at, do whatever you need to do for our representatives to encourage them to do their job and remove the madman.
Amen. 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 You're right, Poetivity. That's why I'm doing, I don't believe anything coming out of the Trump administration. I don't believe we're successful with what they're saying we've done. And to your point, yeah, I don't believe they're accurate about the number of people who've lost their lives thus far. I know that Donald Trump is hiding that, just like he's hiding those files, if you know what I mean. So, and it's truly a disgrace.
Well, when we hit Iran, we hit a highly educated country, and they are so smart that they've done things like paint blow up helicopters, party balloon helicopters to attract our $5 million bombs. And I just, we've spent 5 million taxpayer dollars hitting the sidewalk with a painted jet on it because they are educated. They're not dumb. They've lived in that region forever and they know the region better than we do. And it's like, we are idiots for getting into this situation and causing this situation. Like, it is the worst thing that has ever happened to the world, frankly.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, listen, Poetivity, I got to say thank you so much. All right. You got it all out?
Yeah, I got it all out. Thanks for letting me get it all out. And everybody send Zeus $100 at least. If you can spend more, send more.
Oh my God.
Make this man worth what he's worth to all of us every day. So thank you, Zeus.
Well, thank you so much, Poetivity. I mean, you have a good way of humbling even the mightiest of us. All right, W Poetivity. Thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. All right. Yes, Kabira, you always take care of your boy. Thank you so much, you Poetivity, all of you. Thank you to all the gifters. Let's just go ahead and say that you give what you can, whether it's your time, or the merch, but I appreciate it. And I don't often say it. I don't say it during the show, because then I get distracted, but I really do appreciate it. And not just me, but what you do for all the panelists that come up here too, because they are also a part of this this experience to a degree as well. Because when you see bad things happening in the world, you should speak out against it. And I haven't always been a person that spoke out against bad things. I was afraid of being judged, right? I mean, and I think this is something we all might have struggled with initially. You're afraid of being judged and you don't want to hear, because you want to get along with people. But, this journey that we've been on with these people, especially the MAGA group, you're like, I don't even want to get along with you. And I'm not even going to entertain the foolishness, right? So there's zero tolerance for foolishness right now going on with MAGA. And do not be afraid, be polite, be professional, but never feel like you're obligated to agree with these people, because they are stone cold, stone faced liars. These are a bunch of hypocrites. I don't even like to call them people anymore. I call them creatures, demons. These people will lie if it will get them out of the situation they're in, right in your face. You could literally show up with all the facts. I know I've met a lot of great people on this app over the years. They've showed up with facts, because I don't always have all the facts, but I got a good understanding of things, right? But you show them with the facts, they'll deny the facts. You'll literally show them Donald Trump saying two different things, and then they'll say, oh, well, you got to explain, they call themselves Trump translators. They'll explain what Trump meant when he said what he said, right? They'll literally make an excuse for him committing treason against the United States on January 6th. They'll literally excuse all the indictments, and then they'll turn around and go, well, if Biden had the Epstein files, don't you think he would have released them? And I'm sitting here saying, the files that we're seeing now, they existed before Biden, while Biden was in office, and after. So whether or not Biden did anything is irrelevant. What are you doing with the information, right? And let's just be honest. Would you have accepted Biden indicting Trump over anything tied to Epstein? Or would you have simply said, oh, it's just Biden weaponizing the DOJ all over again? We can't win or lose with you all. You can't have it both ways. We got cases where Biden brought them, and you got a case where Biden didn't bring it. And guess what? You're still running around here making excuses for this man. So we're at the point now with Trump voters where you just got to look at these people and say, yeah, y'all a bunch of, y'all the worst of the worst. No, I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I'm not going to take time to explain it to you. I'm not going to go through your little Pee Wee Playhouse, Pee Wee Herman. I'm not going through your little Pee Wee Herman Playhouse. So you can try to get me in one of these little, I gotcha. Because that's how you ended up in that situation. Your address is Pee Wee's Playhouse. My address isn't Pee Wee's Playhouse. W Zeus. So anybody that continues to listen to Donald Trump and repeat these lies, to hell with you. And I don't feel bad. I used to feel bad, right? Because I've known a lot of people. And, in your personal life, these people are like, okay, yeah, we can hang out. We do things together. But the people that I know personally that support Donald Trump, they tend to go, I'm going to leave that alone when it comes to Big Zeus because they know I'm right. But these people on the internet, I don't know if they're getting paid or they're just doing this for free because they have no shame. They're the worst because they know better. They know better. They know that the jig is up. And the most dead giveaway right now is, like I said to Nutty, I said, look at the gas prices. The gas prices are just way too high, MAGA. And there's no way on God's green earth I am going to allow myself to believe that spending more at the pump makes sense. I'm not going down that path after hearing you cry about Joe Biden. No, I'm not going to be convinced that tariffs are somehow bringing back all these jobs when I'm looking at the job numbers. The GDP shrinking. I'm not buying it. I'm hearing people, I'm seeing people lose their jobs in just whatever industry, AI, and Amazon laying people off, UPS laying people off. You got all these tech companies, even healthcare industry laying people off and stuff like that. And you're sitting here saying, but the terrorists are somehow going to bring about the golden age. I'm going, you got to be something special. You got to be something special. And then the last thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. Not one of you on this show today, I've had thousands of people in here. Not one of you had the courage to get up here and say, I've enlisted today, Zeus, and this will be your last time talking to me because I'm going to go follow through and support Donald Trump on this because I really believe it. You won't do it. You'll say something silly like what that guy said to me yesterday. Oh, if they come here, then it's on. Cowards. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this monologue. I got to get up out of here. So sorry to end it like that, but you know what? We had a great time this morning. Thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Oh, DJ refuses to come up on this show again, ladies and gentlemen. He refuses to come up, and it's because of all of the work you all did. So you all did a good job scaring him. Because he'll get in the box and do that little thing. Oh, well, what about this, Zeus? What about that? Don't ask me any questions. The burden of proof is now where it belongs, on you, MAGA. Prove to us all that Donald Trump is actually delivering on all those campaign promises. I promise you, you can't do it without bringing up, well, number one, you just can't do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and say, I want to say this. I want to give one last round of boos and shame to all of the Zeus haters out there who who profit off of pain, profit off of suffering. They're nothing but the modern day scribes and Pharisees. The truth isn't in them at all. They take great joy in selling their souls out on this app and several others for a little of that ka-ching, a little of that ka-ching. They'll sell their soul. They'll sell their mama. They'll sell their grandmama. They'll sell their daughters. They'll sell their children's. These are the worst of the worst, ladies and gentlemen. Join me in sending these demons one last time straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And if you haven't noticed it lately, notice you'll start hearing folks on the right using the word demon a lot more now. It's because of Big Zeus. They're literally screen recording, trying to steal the sauce and then go out and weaponize the stuff that we're doing on this show. And they act like I don't see it. I see it. But ladies and gentlemen, we won't fall for it. All right. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Stay safe and have a great rest of your morning. We're out of here. Sing the song, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. What about body? Oh, what about body? Oh, the whole election night. Read the votes, dead or night. Yeah, that ain't right. What about Biden? Borders wide open, let them flood it. Millions crossing drugs.
Joe Biden eating ice cream.
What about Biden? Gas prices sky, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child. What about Biden? Afghanistan messed
up from
behind. 13 soldiers gone. Joe acting blind.
Listen to these demons crying.
What about Biden?
Hey.
Yeah. What about Biden? What about Biden?
Hey.
Yeah. Up in the White House, call him Sleepy Joe, cognitive decline. Everybody knows stumbling words, just can't finish a sentence. Puppet on strings, who pulling the leverage? Hunters laptop, bullets of deals. China cash flow, million concealed. Family getting pain, influence pedal while we out here struggling, pockets unsettled. Weaponized OJ, FBI raids. Mar-a-Lago storm, but Hunter gets praised. January 6th, locking up brands, but Joe's pacified docs in his garage, man. Keystone cancel, energy weak. Depending on foes, gas $4 a week. Crime in the cities, soft on the streets, defund the police. Chaos on beat. Stole the whole election night. Read the votes, dead or night. Yeah, that ain't right. What about Biden? Borders wide open, let them flood it. Millions crossing, drugs pouring. Where we begin? What about Biden? Gas prices sky, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child.
Thank you,
Biden, Afghanistan mess left on behind.
WR 13 soldiers gone.
Joe acting blind. What about that? What about Biden?
Remember Biden?
Yeah. What about Biden?
Wow. What about him, Heaven? Don't ask that question, Heaven, please, Heaven, don't do it. What about? Remember Joe Biden? Oh, wow. You hear what they did? Y'all know what Joe Biden? Oh, I can't take it anymore. It's too emotional. I gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta go.